Oh, I was gonna do intro, but FoCuS has an anime picture of who I assume is Jaina. That's weird. Didn't actually realize you could get those kind of icons on at ease. Anyway, welcome everyone to this Warcraft replay. This is gonna be game one of a best of three here from the Faith Cup number 2 quarterfinals of the playoffs. Yeah, I've been meaning to do a cast, but for the past 3 or 4 days, I I caught the flu, and that was pretty bad. Couldn't really speak all that well, um, while trying not to, sneak a cough every 10 seconds. So yeah, I kind of held off until it was to a reasonable degree of just formality. Um, and yeah, hopefully I'll try not to cough too much. Yeah, either way, we are gonna have FoCuS winning in as the orc player in the bottom right. He'll be going for the Blade Master start here. Yep, nothing out of the ordinary so far. He'll be facing off against WFZ, the red undead player in the top right. WFZ, I believe, coming from Group A. I should know this since I did cast Group A, and FoCuS should have most likely came through with Group B as that. Yeah, I've also casted, so yeah, pretty much that. Not much to say really. TID opening here for WFZ, and Death Knight should be coming out for him as well. So that's all there. That's really need to be said. Yeah, university just started again for me, so it's been busy already. Normally the first week is pretty chill, very slow paced, but I've been trying to like pick it up over these last few years, or at least the latter half of my degree, and well, that requires a lot more effort, and yeah, that means a lot less time devoted to other things like casting replays. Blade Master gonna start out at the Overseer camp here. It should be fairly easy for him with the Blade Master and the Grunt having pretty high health. And yeah, this could be foiled a little bit with the appearance of the Death Knight here. He hasn't spent a point yet in an ability. It could most likely just be hovering that ability. Death Coil could potentially be the ability of choice here for the Death Knight, since he could potentially pick up the kill, and he does. Very nicely done for the Death Knight there. FoCuS was a little slow on that Windwalk execution there, but yeah, Death Coil probably does more damage than a level 1 Windwalk. So yeah, I don't know if that's entirely true or not, but either way we will not be able to tell. Close attack +6 gets picked up by the Blade Master. Despite losing the kill on the Overseer, he was at least able to pick up the item, which is pretty good since he got +6 attack. Gonna sell the TP scroll for the double salves and the speed scroll. Pretty standard stuff there for FoCuS. He's gonna go transition into tier 2 pretty immediately, going for about 2 or 3 grunts, or that should be the standard amount there. 2 or 3 grunts to just hold off any sort of early aggression that WC3 could go for, but probably will not, since he, TED opening means just early crit fiends, but not really to end the game or anything like that. It's just to have an early late game army, I guess. Yeah, WC3 should just be looking for creep camps right now. He got pretty good start with the Death Coil steal, but he shouldn't push his luck in dealing with this Blade Master so far, who has yet to reach level 2. It seems like FoCuS not really committed to anything right now. He should be going for a creep camp to at least get level 2, and it seems like he will be getting that. Overseer camp over at WC3 side will be cleared out as well. This should be able to give level 2 to the Death Knight, unless the Overseer is actually being completely not dealt with. I thought that the red health bar was the Overseer, but apparently that was the Skeleton, so it is going to drop very quickly. Level 2 on the Blade Master, able to pick up the Mistress of Pain, I think that's what she's called. She's not the blue one, right? Vile Temptress, never mind. The Mistress of Pain is level 8 one, I believe, and she is blue skinned, so unable to get that Creep Jack, and the Death Knight will be getting level 2 off of this green Creep Camp instead. Item picked up was the Replenishment Potion, so yeah, whenever the Blade Master gets chunked, for whatever reason, he should be able to top himself off with that. He has salves as well, but the Replenishment Potion is nice as well, as it is a lot, not a lot, but slightly quicker than the salve. Berserker Strength is going to be completed as well, so the Grunts will have 100 more health and slightly more damage output for them. I believe it also affects the Grunts, the Raiders as well, so it's always a good investment in terms of that. I think it affects the Raiders, I can't really remember too much. But yeah, Lich comes out as the second hero, as well as a Shadow Hunter out for FoCuS. Hex onto a Crypt Fiend will hopefully mean an easy target with the Blade Master. It is going to get killed off pretty quickly. Death Coil was used already, I believe, and it's still on cooldown. Another Hex comes out, but the Death Coil should be ready this time. Frost Armor with the Lich is going to try and reduce as much DPS from the Blade Master and Grunt as possible, but yikes, the constant refreshing on the Hex on that Crypt Fiend will most likely mean a death coming out. I mean, it's only level 1 Death Coil, so the amount of health that heals up is not actually that significant, at least in terms of just, you know, being focus fired by a Blade Master. Blade Master does way more damage than you could heal with the level 1 Death Coil. So, unlucky there, losing 2 Crypt Fiends right off the bat. That is pretty much going to be, yeah, pretty much half of WFZ's army so far. And Black Citadel is going to be completed very soon. Statues coming out for WFZ pretty, pretty standard. I really hate seeing that, but that's pretty much how Warcraft has come down to. Oh, nice hex into steel there on the wolf. A little weird that WZ couldn't get the kill despite having, 3 Crypt Fiends and a Lich, but I guess I'll question it later. Death Knight is very close to being killed off here. He is very lucky the Blade Master didn't turn, since it seems like the Blade Master is also pretty low on himself. I have no idea where the Replenishment Potion went, but obviously it was not enough. Salves are going to be used to try and just fix that.
A player's forces are under attack.
Shadow Hunter halfway to level 2, that will eventually give him Healing Wave. Seems like Garbage Sea Turtle Camp is going to be pulled over to the Undead base, but like the aggro is going to be reset. I think, yeah, WC is just abusing the AI resetting there. And here comes a Zeppelin drop. I'm not sure if WC is aware of this, but he is gonna lose a couple of acolytes here. Thankfully he is already tier 3, so he's not gonna be forced to cancel any sort of tech, anything like that. He is gonna be forced to cancel a Ziggurat, however, and of course, the more important, gold mine is not being mined right now. It's actually looking like it could potentially get destroyed, and that would be a severe economic disadvantage for WFZ, because that, yeah, he has to wait to rebuild that gold mine. That was very, very crippling from FoCuS. Nicely played there. And WFZ, who was preoccupied with that sea turtle camp, couldn't really do anything about it. Yeah, he pulled his acolytes away to safety, but his gold mine can't go anywhere, and that pretty much means a dead gold mine for the undead player, and he can't mine off any gold for a good minute or so.
Forces are under attack.
That could potentially be the game-winning factor there. That's like, I know that's weird to just automatically assume, but yeah, just preventing your opponent from mining off gold mine, your only gold mine, for more than a minute is absolutely devastating, because eventually you're gonna run out of gold. You can't really resupply your army. If you lose, if you lose crit fiends or statues during this process, like, how can you recover? Seems like
Player's
WFZ
forces
is
are under
at a
attack.
standpoint here. He's gonna be forced to unsummon a couple of ziggurats just to cover the cost of rebuilding that gold mine, which is kind of a big deal. FoCuS is definitely in the lead, despite being, I was gonna say despite being low on a supply there, but that was his actual resources. He is 15 supply ahead. Um, he's at Fortress Tech already. He's got a Tauren Chieftain out as well. Very unorthodox for an Orc player to go for a third hero in an undead matchup, but considering the circumstance, like, it's not gonna be punished too badly. Unless, of course, WC3 somehow managed to sneak in a Naga Sea Witch under my nose, and yeah, I highly doubt it. Score Restoration is available for the undead player so that he can use it if he's in trouble. War Stomp's going to be used to give a little bit of a stun on those crit fiends there. A couple of units dying for both sides. Both statues have been taken out on WFZ's side, meanwhile a couple of raiders have been picked off
Player's forces
for
are under attack.
FoCuS' side there. But the main thing is that, yeah, like, WC can't actually replace those Griffins or statues because he doesn't have the gold. So 29 versus 47, a clear stomp so far, but it seems like FoCuS is just playing it safe. He did bring us double Kodos, which could have definitely sealed the deal there. They could have just immediately taken out 2 of these Griffins and then killed the rest off, and then that would have been GG, but it didn't happen. Those Kodos were actually stuck in the base for some reason. Either way, in terms of upgrades, it doesn't seem like we're having any so far, for the Raiders at least. No Spirit Walkers I have noticed. Where are they? It seems like we have just completely forgone the Spirit Walkers here, as I guess they're not as valuable in an undead matchup. I think it's been a very long time since I've seen an undead versus orc matchup, and I guess it does make sense that Spirit Walkers probably won't see too much appearance. Yeah, either way, I'm still surprised. I would have at least seen some Spirit Walkers by now. Like, Spirit Link is still a pretty useful buff. Yeah, it could be, could fall on the risk. Oh, here we go. Zapper time. Zapper going for one. Wow, the AoE actually didn't hit the gold mine there, but it got one ziggurat. I'm not sure if the second Zapper actually flew off or not. Doesn't look like it. But yeah, almost smart for FoCuS to bring along the Zeppelin first, automatically gaining the aggro of the Black Citadel, but obviously WFZ was a step ahead and he was aware of the potential sapling threat. Sadly, he wasn't able to prevent one of his Ziggurats from being taken down. I'm surprised that the explosion didn't actually hit the gold mine. That is a little surprising there, but all in all, it doesn't matter too much. And FoCuS is just taking out all these free camps. Oh, Mistress of Pain almost killed off the Shadow Priest there. Almost sloppy from FoCuS's case, but he will be able to come out through in the end. Wand of the Wind gets picked up, so he has 3 stacks of Cyclones available if he needs it. Could potentially battle against this Furbolg, which has been summoned from most likely this particular camp. Or I think so. I don't actually remember if the Drake drops the item or if it was something else, but we have another Furbolg here. I believe that is from the Talisman, which summons 2 at a time? No, it summons 1 at a time, but of course 3 charges means that you can have 3 Furbolgs. Eventually, it seems like this Furbolg is gonna die very quickly. I think it was just used for scouting. Yeah, the Dark Wizard's the man that drops the item there, so that is where the item came from. Expansion attempt from FoCuS. It's not gonna see the light of day, however, as it is going to be spotted by WFZ. Not going to matter too much since right now FoCuS is kind of, I don't know, he's kind of, I mean he's not really at a point where he's threatened that he could lose. He's just not in the position where he wants to win either. I mean, sure he wants to win, but he's not going to win right now. He's just, I was going to say he's going to take the piss, but yeah, I don't know if that's entirely the case or not. So 2+6 claws of attack here for the Blade Master, as well as the War Drums. We'll be able to have +19 attack. That is a lot. He could potentially have more since Fortress Deck is available and he can get the Lightning Orb. But, oh, he actually gets it now, so +19, +24 with the Kodos, so that is pretty good. 52 versus 45 here. I would have expected FoCuS to expand that lead a lot more, but not really. He's not doing too much with it. Tiny Great Hole is going to be placed down at this closer gold mine here, so can't get the economic advantage, but you should just win this straight up.
A town is under siege.
Nasty Furbolg here, able to spot this expansion, but can't really do anything about it. It is a tiny great hole. It is slightly accelerated in terms of its construction time, so yeah, Furbolg can't really take that down by itself. FoCuS might be going for Zeppelin attack again. He can't really do it with those Kodos since Kodos take 2 space each, but this could be a little bad for WFZ. He already lost his gold mine before. He's at 4,900. Meanwhile, FoCuS is at
A player's forces are
just
under
less
attack.
than 2,600. So almost 2,000, or pretty much 2,000 gold disparity there. Troll Berserker, Troll Headhunter Berserker upgrade has been completed, so they'll be able to berserk themselves and attack a lot faster. Gold mine being attacked once again in exchange for the expansion. Not really mattering too much for FoCuS since it's just an expansion. This is the main base, however, for WFZ, and this is looking pretty bad here. It looks like it's going to be a trade. I just don't know how WFZ can actually come back from this. Even if he does manage to defend this, he lost his gold mine again. That means 1,500, 2,000 gold difference again, and yeah, that's just GG most likely. However, the Orc player is going to TP out. Noticed he wasn't doing too much, wasn't able to hit most of his attacks thanks to the curse of those Banshees there. But FoCuS is towering up a lot.
Player's forces are under attack.
Probably just for insurance to deal with the counterattack most likely coming in from WFZ. This should still look good for FoCuS right now. 53 versus 49. It's just that those curses are, yeah, you can see how spread they are. It could be a potential problem. Missing all those attacks is not something you would like happening. Dark Ranger comes out as third hero as well. Interesting. Most likely to deal with the Turn Chieftain and Shadow Hunter, not necessarily the Blade Master himself. Yeah, right now it's still a little weird. Where are those Banshees? So far only 2 Banshees, but if they're able to get that many amount of curses up already, that's like, could potentially be game breaking. I don't know. Kodos need to eat something. That's just what it comes down to. Where are those Kodos? One Kodo's in the Zeppelin, and one's at with the army. I don't know what FoCuS is doing. It almost feels like he's sandbagging right now, but I don't really want to say that to a pro player. I mean, give him credit. WFZ is managing to, stick it in there. Be able to hang on by a thread at least. He is completely out of gold. He can't really repair his back citadel either. I mean, you're so down that you could only go up, question mark. I mean, of course, you can go more down. That means it's a loss. But still matching there. Frost Nova into a Death Coil, and that will be a dead Raider. But unlike WFZ, FoCuS can replace that eventually. It's just FoCuS should have ended this game a long time ago. Just as simple as that. I don't know what he is waiting for. This is even more risky to wait it out because WC3 might surprise him somehow. I don't know how, but there's a possibility. No upgrades whatsoever. I mean, he didn't really have the luxuries of upgrades anyway, so A-Bomb and Cryptfiends have no upgrades whatsoever. Same thing goes for FoCuS, in fact. Raiders are 0-0 and Troll Berserkers are 0-0 as well.
A player's forces are
It's just
under
he's
attack.
finally going into higher upkeep, or higher population. He's been at low upkeep for a long time now, and yeah, hasn't really taken advantage of that. 62 versus 50. WFZ is right in front of FoCuS's base, but FoCuS could potentially go for the space race here, even if WFZ attacks FoCuS like a minute earlier. I think FoCuS can burn WFZ's buildings a lot quicker, mainly due to the fact that he has raiders who have the siege damage, but also like all these buildings are pretty low health to begin with. It's kind of hard to not deal with that. Turret Chieftain gets surrounded with that TP scroll, however, and he will be most likely forced to use his own, unless he somehow manages to get out of this storm. Stomp going to try and stun most of those units there, but it's not going to be enough. Turret Chieftain has to either pop his TP scroll or his invuln, which he will pop his invuln. You see all these curses and these misprocs here. It's doing quite a bit of impact. This is what those Spirit Walkers would have been used for, to disenchant that particular debuff. But the Banshees are pretty much out of mana, so if this fight continues even longer, like WFZ is gonna run out of steam. What FoCuS just needs to do is just auto attack move command and just win, pretty much, because he has so many units right now that it doesn't really matter what he does. 55 versus 37, he has about almost 20 supply lead here. Shadow gets taken down. I don't know how that happened, but it somehow did. I don't know if that is enough to turn this particular fight, as we still have plenty of units available for FoCuS. The 3 heroes are still alive for the undead player, but like I don't know if they can completely turn this around by themselves. Burn Chieftain needs to be a little careful there, as well as the Blade Master. He is taking quite a bit of damage in the process, but he will pop that invuln. He is going to try and deal as much damage as possible to those acolytes. TP scroll once again going to be used to retreat, and WFZ manages to live once again. But in terms of resources, he is kind of struggling. Only has 4,000 left on his gold mine. FoCuS still managing to get gold off that second gold mine. And this game is going to continue, it looks like. 46 versus 34 here. Like the expansion is going to be the next target for WFZ. Can FoCuS actually defend this or not? He has a fair bit of units, could potentially do it. I actually don't know if the second Coda Beast got killed or not, but yeah, only having one Coda Beast means one Cryptfiend is gonna die. Death Pact is going to be used to try and keep that Death Knight alive, but a very, very fortunate crit there, able to kill the Death Knight at level 5, and that is finally going to be the nail, the final nail in the coffin. GG for WFZ. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I will see you guys in game 2.